No, now there's not a... Oh, okay.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys! Peter?
Yes?
I'm getting a dog.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wouldn't that be the
That's
best?
the meanest way to start an episode.
Wouldn't that be the best? If I
Yeah.
was getting a dog.
Yeah, man. I don't know why you would do that to me right now.
I've said it before. I would just quit life if I got a dog. I'll tell you, a dog would be bad for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I would
Your
stop.
life
I
would
would
be the
reel
dog.
back everything. I wouldn't.
I'm basically your puppy.
That is true. And now you're getting you're growing. Now you're getting old and shitty and slow.
Yes,
so maybe
yeah.
actually I will get a dog.
Time to get a replacement in waiting.
My parents never did that until they got older. Where as the dog would start to get old, they'd
gotta
get
get
another dog.
Yeah.
That's got to be so weird.
It's gonna be real tough on the older dog.
It's like you got a Pro Bowler, and they've got one more year left on their contract, but they think they can play a couple more years after that. And you draft a quarterback in the first round. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's this?
It's the old Ben Roethlisberger, where
Yes, Tommy Maddox.
then you
no,
throw a
you're-
hissy fit.
Oh,
with the
you're
new
doing
kid.
actually Ben Roethlisberger. When the Steelers drafted Ben Roethlisberger, they had Tommy Maddox, who was an okay quarterback, but
Yeah.
they had a top 10 pick, and Roethlisberger fell to 10 because everybody thought that Roethlisberger was going to be the second quarterback taken in that draft class. It was going to be Eli Manning, and then somewhere maybe the Giants at 4 would take Ben Roethlisberger. No, Giants liked Phillip Rivers, and you know what?
Good decision.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers is better than both of those guys. I know that's incorrect, but definitely better than Eli, and hasn't won.
No, but Ben Roethlisberger a year or two ago, absolutely
assaulted somebody. Probably.
Yep, but absolutely shit his pants when the Steelers drafted.
Oh,
whoever
yeah.
they just drafted.
What was the Mason something?
Sure.
Mason Ramsey, I think.
Yes, Mason Ramsey, the Old Town Road.
Yeah, gave them the love.
Where
Sick
is Mason
Blues.
Ramsey's Old Town Road remix? That's what I need to know.
Yo, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
They should do that.
So yeah, it's got to be a tough realization when you're the older dog, and
you're like, hey, a friend. How come the friend's staying over for 5 days in a row? Okay, you can send the friend back to wherever they're from now.
is that you think that's what happened to Louis C.K.'s dog in Secret Life of Pets? Because now he's gone.
I have to see Secret Life of Pets too.
Are you going to do it?
I am on record of thinking the first one wasn't so good. But we... it's an NBC Universal thing. Secret Life of Pets is on our team. So we've been running what is called a snipe, which is when a show's on and then in the corner some little animated thing pops up or whatever. And they try to slip the snipe into the rundown, places where myself and Tom Giles won't see it because we stop exactly what we're doing, look into the corner, wait for it to go away, and then continue what we're doing. It's the most fun thing in the world. So I got to see it for that reason. Also, there's something to be said for seeing a movie that you hated being carried on. You know?
Well, I mean, I also think that it's
the idea that there's
part
more
of the
Secret
podcast.
Life of, yeah. The idea that there's more Secret Life of Pets is
that story hasn't been told.
right. It supposedly it didn't do so hot. It's not doing so hot Rotten Tomatoes wise. Speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, I finally saw the first half of Godzilla, and Rotten Tomatoes it's a 40, and then its audience score is 85.
Yeah, I mean that's not totally surprising. We kind of fell somewhere in the middle there. It's just it's not a critics movie.
Yeah,
it's people are going to see that movie just for the monster fights.
But don't critics know when they're reviewing? Do all critics kind of do stuff on the same scale? Can't they start it with hey, so this is a monster movie, so let's take this with a lump of salt.
I'll tell you, man. That's why this podcast is super valuable because guess what? We're better than critics. We have more realistic expectations than critics.
Yes, we had that discussion today or over the weekend, somebody said they really like when we talk about movies, like movies is what they like most about the podcast, and we were both like, that's funny because that is kind of what we've fallen into. Movies have become a very central thing of the podcast when they weren't early on, and neither of us fancies ourselves particularly smart when it comes to movies. So it's not, we don't really review and break down movies as much as if you were to say to somebody, hey, how'd you like that movie? They answer the question, and then you were like, okay, now talk for 31 more minutes.
Right? Yeah.
See where that takes you.
Right. It's like the old common fellas take on movies.
Yeah. And then with an extra like 31 minutes. So having now seen in 2 pieces over 3 tickets, Godzilla, man, you did not. You didn't oversell Randy's death. That death was as good a death as
I wanted you to
death
see
as
it.
I've ever seen. No, I'm saying you didn't oversell it. And you said, you were like, man, it is big, it is iconic, it is goals. And I saw it in 3D, and oh my God, his death legitimately was the best thing I've ever seen in 3D. Because they shoot him, and he's standing against glass, and the glass breaks. So Randy's like head, or Randy's blood and the glass explode out towards you in 3D.
Shit.
It was excellent.
I that makes me want to see the movie in 3D, and I always avoid 3D movies whenever possible.
Really?
Yeah, but I saw Rocket Man in 3D because I had to, based on the showing times.
Okay.
But yeah, I try to avoid 3D wherever possible. I just think it's like a cheap gimmick for movies, and it's more distracting than anything.
Did we see... no, we didn't see the Spider-Man movie in 3D, but it looked like a movie they had made for 3D and then forgot to give you glasses.
Yes.
Randy A, no mustache.
I know, this is a bit
Stubble
weird.
Randy.
Yeah.
Stubble Randy.
It was more like clean shave than stubble, even.
He had a little bit of...
It was like the first day after a shave.
Right, for Randy. I mean, that guy's shit grows. That guy's got...
And his beard is great.
I tell you, I didn't know
joke.
from my first viewing of the second half that Mills and her mom were taken hostage. Out they were just hanging out with those people.
Man.
Out they were just hanging out with those people, and I was like, man, don't they understand? These are bad guys.
They certainly didn't act like they were being held hostage. They seemed quite comfortable.
And despite being held hostage, Mills' mom presses the button that they don't want her to press. That I think you'd only press if you were a bad guy. She was acting like a bad guy.
Well, I think that she wasn't really kidnapped because she was sort of on that guy's team.
Right. They had similar
motivations.
They had similar motivations and ideals. I did not stay for the Boston destruction. I'd seen that enough. One other big takeaway I had from Godzilla is, as soon as Randy's character dies, the next shot is the shot in which Thomas Middleditch's character is introduced, and I found it very funny and kind of agreed with it, that the movie was like, there's only room for one skinny white guy at a time in this movie. We can't have both of these guys overlapping.
That would be a real sort of tour de force of skinny, nerdy white guys.
People would be confused.
You're right.
It would be like if you had a movie and like half the characters' names are John.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a
too
lot
many
of overlap there. I just imagine somebody who's watching that movie, they see Randy die, and they're like, no, now there's not a... Oh, okay.
I imagine Randy dying, and then the next scene, Thomas Middleditch comes in, and they're like, hey, thought that guy just died.
Yeah. Also now with a clear understanding of the movie, how many movies in like dire circumstances are like, okay, we're the government. What do we got to do? Let's rely on someone who's totally out of the game, and this is not their job anymore, and technology has evolved, and they probably don't know how to use any of our stuff. Let's lean on him to call the shots.
I think that's why a lot of people were very, very critical of the script. Which the script...
Oh, really?
The script pretty bad. We got to admit it. But like the reason that the audience score is so high is because there are monster fights, and the monster fights are okay.
Yeah, who's your favorite monster? Tell you what my least favorite monster is. Monster Zero.
Is that the butterfly one?
That's the one. No, that one was cool.
Is that Mothra?
I think Mothra was the butterfly one. I'm just very using basic associations here. That you said moth,
right?
And butterfly.
Yeah, no, I think the whatever the butterfly moth / thing was. I'm assuming it's Mothra. That's my least favorite one. Not cool.
The Monster Zero looked like it was out of, is it Sleeping Beauty that has like the dragon with multiple heads? Is that a thing? Also, Hercules has one of those.
Sure, it's the what's the Greek mythology with
Medusa?
Medusa, yeah, it's sort of like that thing.
Yeah. Sometimes my hair can be like Medusa.
That's true.
It clumps together and it'll be thick, and I look like I have snakes in my hair.
Why didn't you like Monster Zero though? I thought Monster Zero was kind of cool. Like you cut off that thing's head and it grows back.
I just think that's so overdone. There again, you got Sleeping Beauty. You got
there's a 3-headed dog from Harry Potter.
Is there?
Yeah.
Ugh. Man, when did that happen?
I think that was in the second one, the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, so
it was the guardian of the Chamber of Secrets.
Is Chamber of Secrets is 2?
Yeah.
And Prisoner of Azkaban is 3?
Yes.
And Deathly Hallows.
Want to see if we can name all of the Harry Potters in a row?
Yeah, okay. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the...
Is the Goblet of Fire 4?
Oh, I think it is Goblet of Fire, yeah. 5, is there a Deathly Hallows happening at some point?
Yes, but I think, is that 6? Order of the Phoenix might be 5?
That sounds possible, yeah. Order of the Phoenix is a thing.
Yes. Order of the Phoenix 5, Deathly Hallows 6. Or is Deathly Hallows the last one?
Death,
oh, man.
so
Now I'm all mixed up.
maybe...
Oh, no, the Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, I remember I was definitely out by the time Half-Blood Prince was
Half-Blood
happening.
Prince, I think, is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Are we at 7, right?
I'm going to look these up.
Okay.
You can keep going.
Let me
Harry Potter discography.
quiz me. Quiz me. I'll do the rundown. You tell me if I get them all right.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Harry Potter books. Okay.
All right.
Now, there are...
8 books.
There are 8, yep.
So, ready?
Yep.
Number 1, Sorcerer's Stone.
Hold on. Where the hell is this? What?
Come on, look it up.
What are we doing?
Harry Potter discography.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, great. Number 1, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes, also known as...
Harry Potter 1.
No.
Sorcerer's Stone.
You already said that?
Yes.
You don't know this? I knew this.
The English ones or whatever?
Yeah.
No, what is it called?
Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, who cares? Number 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yep.
Is there an alternative title to that one?
No.
Harry Potter 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Correct.
Number 4, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Correct.
Number 5, Harry Potter and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Correct.
Harry Potter 6, Harry Potter and the... Damn it! This is where I'm getting real confused. Harry Potter, is it the Half-Blood Prince?
No.
Is it the Order of the... I already said the Order of Phoenix.
Yes.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows?
Nope.
Shit, what am I missing? Harry Potter... Okay, give me this one.
You can pass and go on to 7 or 8.
I'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe is the Half-Blood Prince. No, so Deathly Hallow. Half-Blood Prince is 7.
No, it's not.
So Deathly Hallows is 7.
Correct.
And Half-Blood Prince is 8.
Incorrect.
Then it has to be. Then 6 has to be the Half-Blood Prince.
It is.
I said that.
Yes, but I started this by tricking you into thinking there were 8.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Yeah.
There's 8 movies and 7 books.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, because they split the Deathly Hallows into 2 parts.
Ooh. I was planning on tricking you into thinking there were 8, and then before I even said that, you were like, so there were 8, right? And I was like, wow, that was a freebie.
Yeah, so the idea of a 6th one existing and me not realizing the name of it was very, very... It gave me a lot of anxiety.
That's the old, like the senior prank trick where you get 4 chickens and label them 1, 2, 3, and 5, and let them all run around the school.
Yes.
People really freak out looking for that 4th one. No, I don't think we did a... we got like a serious annoying talking to about a senior prank.
I think that around our age group is the time when senior pranks really got cut down on.
Right, where they were like, all right, we're calling the they had the cops there the day that it would happen. Yeah. They were like, hey, folks are waiting to arrest you. We're like, for like getting on the intercom and making like a fart noise, you can't get arrested for that.
You think senior pranks even still exist? Definitely not, right? Because
I don't know if pranks still exist.
That's true. Well, they exist on YouTube. There's YouTube pranksters, which aren't really pranks. It's just people saying like racist stuff and then
and then
being like, "Whoa, man, it's a prank."
What's your favorite prank other than Boonk Gang?
Man, I don't. I'm not sure.
What's
yours?
I've probably said this a million years ago a lot on this podcast, but the gallon smashing.
Oh my god! I think the gallon smashing officially died when I saw the video of the guy smashing 2 gallons, falling on the milk that spilled to the ground, and then breaking his elbow.
What?
On the tile floor of the supermarket.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And you can like hear it snap. I think that was the end of gallon smashing.
Man, do you think that his GM came out after that and cried?
What do you mean?
It's a sports reference.
To what?
Sports recently. Did you see what happened with Kevin Durant last night?
Oh, no, I didn't see the press conference.
He tore his Achilles, and the GM came out after and gave a press conference that he was crying throughout. And a lot of people were like, wow, this is just a beautiful moment. It's a great reminder that these people are people too. And it's like, you thought that random ass GMs of super teams weren't people? Like, what's so special about that guy?
It's like this guy's at his job, and
right.
His employee got hurt.
Yeah, it was weird, and I'm all for like,
as Barry McCockner would say.
Yes, tough scene. Right. What happened to Barry McCockner?
I don't know.
His account keeps getting deleted. I gave up on that forever ago, but his account would keep getting deleted, and every now and then I would see posts of like, if you retweet Barry McCockner, you are...
Yeah, I feel like he's been canceled.
He's canceled for some reason. I don't know, maybe for good reason. I don't know what he did.
No idea. But some of his stuff is funny, and it seems like people are very split on him.
His joke about... I was getting my coffee today at Dunkin' Donuts, and as the man was giving me my coffee, he burst into tears. I asked him what was wrong. He said, I just miss guarding Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals so much.
That's so good.
Yeah, good shit.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we have some follow-up on the Elton John stuff.
Oh, yeah. There was Fallout. I spent my birthday breakfast thing getting an earful from my mom about how she didn't use the word basic, but she was talking shit about you.
Yes, the word basic was used against me on Twitter. Might have been your mom's burner account.
Welcome to this podcast and our world.
Right, you
can't call us basic.
Well, I don't have any problem with that either, because like Elton John has 50,000 great songs, and all of his quote-unquote basic songs are fucking amazing.
Yes.
We talked about it. I mean, Tiny Dancer is probably like the most basic Elton John song that you could ever pick. And guess what? It is 100 out of 100.
As in it's for like basic Bs, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, it's a great song, and it's an amazing song. But yeah, I didn't understand breaking... I just didn't understand the reaction. You have to know that there is no 5-song combination that works for Elton John, because the best, and he has a million great songs. And people are responding. They're like, "Oh man, what's your problem with Levon?" Like, I don't like Levon. It's one of my favorite songs in the world, but I didn't put it on a 5-song list, you idiots. And then people were saying like, "Oh, I think this song is underrated." If it's an Elton John song and you've heard of it, it's not underrated. All we talk about, all the world talks about, by we I mean all anyone talks about, is how Elton John's the greatest and all of his songs rule. This was not some like, "Hey, we're putting this list together to show you why, like, I don't know, why Daniel's a bad song." So just relax, pump the brakes on that.
Yeah. One song that didn't get mentioned at all in that discussion that I really love is Mona Lisa and Mad Hatters.
Oh, it did. Oh, in our discussion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because that got some...
Right.
"Oh, you guys forgot this." Like, no. Didn't forget
it. Didn't come up, but
there
that should have been
in
my consolation list.
But I didn't want honorable mention to be like, what would 5 or what would 6, 7, 8, 9 be? I wanted it to be like, hey, here are some Elton John songs that, while popular, one
basically
might not
the one
necessarily think of.
It was a reason for you to bring up the one.
God, what a song! We were bumping that this weekend, man.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we went to Pride this weekend, and then afterwards, we basically drank a lot.
Oh, you meant we
day.
bumped it?
Yeah,
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
So
we drank a lot during the day, and there wasn't much of a food situation. So after after I was like, "Hey, I'm calling an Uber." It was kind of a romantic move on my part, because you would have followed me to. I could say like, "Hey, I'm calling an Uber to Montana," and you would have been like, "Cool, sounds good, word." Like, it was, we were both in the mode of like, one of us just needed to say, "Hey, we're doing this," and the other one would be like, "Oh yeah, of course we're doing this."
Yes.
So I called an Uber to the grocery store near me, and we drunkenly went to the grocery store, walked in, got iced coffees, and then just did a little shopping, and then went back to my apartment, literally just the two of us, and had a cookout while listening to an awesome playlist that I recently made, and The One was on it. A lot of stuff was on it, and it was the
was a
best.
good time. It was a great finish to a great day. I had a ton of fun. Pride was awesome, as expected.
Pride ruled. I want to quickly say this before we get into the Pride conversation, and this, we're not going to say this condescendingly. This isn't a jokey thing, but there was a lot of this question honestly being asked this weekend. People said, "Wait, can you go to Pride and wear the Pride flag and do these things if you're not queer?" And so it struck me initially as a stupid question, but enough people asked it that it needs answering,
Clearly
I guess.
Sincere thought, I guess.
Right. Yes, you go and you support, and I mean, think of it this way. Like, any flag that you wear, you're not saying, "I am this flag." You're saying, like, "I believe in this," or "I support this," or whatever. So, yeah, I was surprised that was a question that was asked, but it was kind of asked a lot. Here's one thing we did learn. I think it was our friend Jim who pointed this out. It might have been somebody else. But they were like, you can tell the straight people at a Pride thing, because some people just show up like wearing their clothes, whatever they'd be wearing on a Saturday. And then some people are just like drenched in the flag. Those are straight people.
So like me, I had a great rainbow tank.
You had a very good top.
So yeah, I mean, I got it too. Like on Twitter, somebody was like, "Why were you there?" And it's not like I'm not trying to like encroach on like the LGBTQ celebration or anything. I was there to actually like support friends of mine that were happy to have me there and happy to have support from straight people or allies, I suppose.
It was a party for something that you like. So like, why?
Right.
We don't get invited to a lot of parties.
Exactly.
It was fun. A guy came up. He was wearing a Cher t-shirt. We didn't get his name. He was like my best friend, though. I talked to this guy.
Oh,
He ruled. And all we did was talk about Cher. And basically, he had like a lot of similar musical tastes to us. and he walked up and he was talking to us for a few minutes, and right away he was like, hey, thanks for being allies. And I was like, you don't know that I'm straight. How dare you? It's very weird. I've said this before. Like when I was a kid, and idiots would be like, oh, if you have any stereotypically feminine qualities, you're gay or whatever. And now, as an adult, people are like, oh, you're a lame dude. You're straight.
Yeah. That's so true. That guy was awesome. He was so much fun. Did we talk about Mamma Mia? I felt like we talked about Mamma Mia.
A lot about Cher with him. He said that Cher is making another ABBA album, and I remember I started podcasting pretty hard. I was like, man, we don't talk enough about what Cher is doing. Like, she is old and rich enough to do whatever she wants, and what she wants is to just be ABBA. Yeah. That is so cool.
That is so true, and I remember you saying this now. That's unbelievable that she's making a second
It's
ABBA
just a
album.
combination of swallowing your pride, because she could be like, oh, I'm Cher. I'm right there with ABBA. I mean, it's funny anyway that she's doing this because Cher and ABBA were happening at the same time. It's not like Cher grew up listening to ABBA or I don't know, that like ABBA were like
her inspiration.
Right. Nothing like that. She's just like, yo, this band's dope.
She's like,
I'm going to be that band.
Yeah. It's, you know who it is? Cher is Kathy.
Yes. Oh, God.
Cher is Kathy to Laura Branigan. So I think my favorite moment from the Pride Parade was I don't know if you were there next to me, but
that sounds like a good favorite moment option.
Yes, I don't remember.
My favorite moment was
when you weren't there.
Yes.
No, somebody.
Sweet relief.
Some guy there was asked, "Are you here to support or are you here to suck?"
Are you here? Are you supporting the cause or are you sucking the cause?
Yes, that was so fucking.
And I was like, that's not how that question's asked, is it? And he was like, no, I just made it up right now.
That was so good.
Yeah.
It was just a really, really good time. The weather was unbelievable. It was predictably an awesome party.
Yeah.
And everybody was having a good time.
And again, latest check on young people in social settings, everybody was well behaved.
Everybody.
I won't say there were no assholes. There was like the occasional asshole, but the assholes were very few and far between. For a gathering that size, unheard of. I don't imagine there were. I don't know. It was a very good time. Everybody was well behaved. Best part for me, or one of the best parts for me, it was the first time I had drank spiked seltzer. Over a mix-up, I thought that you gave me the address. I thought that was the block party that we were going to, but instead it was a friend's apartment, so I didn't bring anything because I thought that I was just showing up to a thing where I was going to buy drinks.
Right.
So I had nothing, and you were like, hey, I've got some spiked seltzers. And I'm not a seltzer guy, I'll tell you this. I don't like seltzer. I think that it is...
Same.
I just don't like it.
Alcoholic seltzer is 1,000 times better than regular seltzer.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
And I for sure know that now.
And not just because it has alcohol in it, but like it just tastes 1,000 times better.
It tastes like a good drink.
Right.
And it is plastered all over it. It's like, this has nothing bad in it. This is healthy. I remember I kept saying, I was like, this is making me skinnier and stronger. How? That's what this thing said. It's like 0 carbs. In fact, it sucks out any carbs you might have had today and spits them out of your stomach like in The Mask when he gets shot. No carbs. Nothing bad. No sugar. 100% alcohol.
Yeah. You were very much in on like this is the best thing that I've ever put in my body.
I'm very pleasantly surprised, again, just because I know that seltzer is so bad. The whatever flavor, was it Truly? Or was
we were drinking Truly.
Okay. The Truly mango one, very, very good. Wasn't crazy about the pineapple one.
Yeah, the pineapple one was the worst of the bunch because they always come with like the thing about seltzers. I don't feel like you can never just buy them in like one flavor. They're never selling like they're never selling like a 12-pack of black cherry or like a 12-pack of lemon. It's always like, here are 4 flavors. You're gonna take them or leave them. And so the pineapple one was the worst of the bunch, which is wild because I think of all the flavors in that box, I like pineapple the best.
Oh, yeah. This weekend, is when I get to Charleston, I'm going to be doing vodka pines like you read about.
There you go. And like pomegranate, I'm usually not a big fan of pomegranate. Those ones were really good. The was it dragon fruit or passion fruit?
Oh, passion fruit.
Passion fruit. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what was the last
But
one?
mango was
Mango
was
really good.
The tippity top. So good. So folks, if you have any alcoholic seltzer or hard seltzer, whatever it's called, recommendations, lay them on me because I'm pretty sure I'm like not going to do Bud Light anymore. I think that if I'm not going to be drinking good beer, I might as well be having some alcoholic seltzer.
But the difference there, though,
come on
is
in, bro. Let's grab a seltz.
The difference there, though, is that I don't want my alcohol to like make me not feel bad. Because I need a reminder that, like, hey,
true.
the stuff that I'm putting in my body
Poison.
is not good for me. So maybe take it easy a little bit. I don't know if you could tell by earlier in this conversation, but I blacked out a little bit at Pride. After Pride, yeah. And so I think a big reason for that is I just kept pounding seltzers because I was like, you know what? Good for me. I can't tell that I'm poisoning myself, so I'm just going to keep going.
I will admit, I was shoveling beer into your face when we got back to my apartment.
Sounds about right. But I mean, like I was pretty well on my way before that.
Yeah, no, I mean not to call you out or whatever, but when I was cleaning up after, I was like, I never even checked to see if you had started a beer before bringing you a new one. Like I would just keep going.
Did I leave a lot of wounded?
There was a couple of wounded soldiers.
How wounded? Like
one was
like one sip.
One was smoked. One was completely blown up.
All right.
One died
I apologize.
A death. No, that is okay. It's just if it were alcoholic seltzer, I'd be mad, but it was just beer.
Okay. You're trying to get rid of those anyway.
Yeah. What are the other kinds of alcoholic seltzer? People, there's Harry's. Is that it?
Sure.
Or is
that's Harry Razors.
That's the alcoholic seltzer that you can hold the can without it cutting your hand open.
Yeah, no. There's Bon and Viv, which is from Anheuser-Busch. Mm-hmm. Then there's Harpoon just teamed up with Polar. I heard those aren't good. It's time to talk about one of my favorite sponsors of this here program. I love all our sponsors, but you know what? I feel a little bit closer to this one because I'm wearing them on my face right now. Warby Parker.
Acne?
Fuck off. My skin looks great.
I was looking. I was like, let me make sure he doesn't have any problems because that would be mean.
That would be super mean, and I would have canceled the rest of the show. My skin has been great recently, by the way.
Hell yeah.
I got a new medication after some troubles, and so I've been in the clear, and I'm very, very happy about it.
Clear like your Warby Parker frames.
There you go. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. A collaboration between four close friends, couldn't be us. Warby Parker was conceived as an alternative to the overpriced and bland eyewear available today. Prescription eyewear shouldn't cost you more than a plane ticket or a new iPhone. By circumventing traditional channels and engaging with customers directly through their website and retail stores, Warby Parker is able to provide high-quality, good-looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the price. The Warby Parker aesthetic is vintage-inspired with a contemporary twist. Every pair is custom fit with anti-reflective polycarbonate prescription lenses. Available exclusively through Warby Parker's website and retail stores, glasses start at just $95, and that includes prescription lenses. It's eyewear with a purpose. Almost 1 billion people worldwide lack access to glasses. That means that 50% of the global population cannot effectively learn or work, which is crazy because glasses were invented 700 years ago. Warby Parker partners with non-profits like Vision Spring to ensure that every pair of glasses sold, another pair is distributed to someone in need. So, if you want to try Warby Parker, you can get your free home try-on program, which gives you 5 pairs of glasses to try on and test out for 5 days. And there's no obligation to buy. They ship free, and they include a prepaid return shipping label. So to get that, head to warbyparker.com/brunch to order your free home try-on today. Again, the glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And those lenses include anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings. And there's also blue light filtering lenses available now. I should get those because I'm on the computer all day, and I've heard that the blue lights are great. But I've tried the home try-on. It's how I've gotten a couple pairs of my glasses. I love Warby Parker. They're really, really great frames. I would highly recommend. I'm doing it right now. And if you have an iPhone X, make sure to download Warby Parker's app, where you can use their brand new virtual try-on, which allows you to try on the eyeglasses, seeing realistic color, texture, and each size of each style using your phone. So again, warbyparker.com/brunch. Get your free home try-on.
The Stanley Cup final will conclude tonight. Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup. And we could have just recorded a let's do this as though the Bruins won the Stanley Cup and be vague. But yeah, Bruins are going to win the cup.
Yeah, I also think they're going to win a cup. I also am totally shitting my pants because anything can happen in a Game 7, but the Bruins should absolutely win the Stanley Cup, which I think makes me more nervous because I'm going to be pissed if they lose.
Yeah, I'm not nervous. Anything could have happened in Game 6.
That's true. That is true. And the Bruins didn't have the momentum heading into Game 6.
Yeah, the momentum has, as a great writer wrote Tuesday on NBCSportsBoston.com, momentum has meant
jack
and
shit.
then in brackets area that Brad Marchand likes to spear.
Yeah, I mean,
series. It
It
doesn't matter about momentum. It's that if two teams are playing for a Game 7 and they both have to give everything they've got, then I'll take the team that has more to give. This shouldn't even be in a 7-game series. The Bruins shouldn't have even been on the ropes in the first place. They've underachieved. All they need to do is not underachieve and bang.
Yeah, so what I mean by my momentum is that they fixed some of their problems that were plaguing them in Game 6. Somewhat.
I would agree.
Like, their top line has proven that they can have an impact on this series, so it makes me feel a little bit good. It makes me feel a little bit like they've got some momentum heading into Game 7. It's you said something that is very bold.
Uh-oh.
You think they're going to win the game in the first period?
Oh, yeah, I think they are. They're going to score at least 2 goals in the first period. I didn't see it, but Jordan Binnington's being a bit of an asshole. Did you see someone asked him what happened on the second goal?
He said he went in?
And he was like, did you see it? And the guy was like, yeah. And he was like, did you see that it bounced? And he was like, yeah. He's like, cool.
So, yeah, well, it bounced into your arm, and you let it in.
Yeah, I don't want to be mean to Jordan Binnington, but I did just call him an asshole, and I think he stinks.
I don't like that guy.
So everybody's like, oh man, like Binnington's starting to show some signs of vulnerability. Like, no, he's been this bad the entire series. He's given a C performance pretty much every game, and you haven't always made him pay for it.
I don't think that he's bad. I think that he's been very overrated. People act like he's the second coming of Dominic Hasek.
He has a 901 save percentage this series, and Tuukka has not had a sub-900 game the entire postseason. This was a suggestion from a Twitter follower. I don't understand how this hasn't happened yet. Should people be reporting the Laura Branigan account for impersonating a dead person?
That would be great. I mean, we should have thought about that 2 months ago and gotten her kicked off by the beginning of the Stanley Cup final.
I did. She posted a picture. Kathy posted a picture of herself and like someone from Fox Sports 1 or something, or Fox Sports Northwest, whatever. She was like, "So nice to meet so and so. Like, great meeting you." And it's a picture of not Laura Branigan and not Laura Branigan. So, like,
What's
I
the
don't think
purpose of
that
this
guy
account?
was sending
Yeah.
this tweet. I think this was you again, Kathy.
Yeah, but I mean, you also, when you talk about that, you have to think that, like, hey, Twitter probably knows because Twitter didn't exist when Laura Branigan was alive, and they gave her a blue check mark.
Do you think that you need to leave it in your will? Like, do not continue my Twitter account when I die? I thought about that. I would consider putting it in my will to have, like, a friend continue my Twitter account in, like, a very mocking way. Just like here's some of those, but there's, you know what? There's no one like me.
Ooh,
No one
that's true.
no one could come up with the shit that I can do. So damn it. It would have to be really be mocking me. So you'd at least that would at least make up for it's not as good, but they're not trying to be as good.
Right. It would have to be like a caricature of you. Which
So like
I'll take it.
yeah, I'm trying to
I'll
think.
do it.
But there are I don't want to be mean. There are like
Bad Twitter
dumber,
accounts.
less funny, self-deprecating Twitter accounts out there.
That's
So
true.
I'd be like, just follow those people. Like, hi, as I'm sure you saw, as I'm sure you have heard, DJ has passed away. Please follow like Steve Glynn or Steve Dangle, whatever. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that guy's Twitter account is.
It's Steve Dangle.
Yeah.
He
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know what his tweets are like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was just trying to think of like who's somebody I can make fun
You
of here.
and him did go back and forth on Twitter a little bit. We invited him to the Stanley Cup parade.
Oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
what that was?
Yeah.
I just saw I was like tagged on the 17th message, and I saw that Steve responded and was like, "I'm in. What do you think, Deej?" And I just responded like, "Hell yeah, I love you, Steve." I don't know if you've heard Brunch before, but I'm a fan.
No,
I totally get everything that you do.
he has heard. He has heard. He's very well aware. I think that's why he tagged you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, poor Steve.
That's a good hat you got going on. What are we doing? Are
Really?
we doing fit checks? Because you got a great fit going
check.
on.
I'm wearing Warrior shorts. New Balance sneaks, so really keeping it in the New Balance family.
It's true.
I'm wearing a Riot Fest t-shirt, and this hat that I've had for a million years. I got 2 hats from this company. They're called, what are they called? Kinetic. And I bought 2 of their hats a few years ago. They were like kind of my 2 main hats. This one is Raiders colors, and it's got a little splash of red in it, and I like it quite a bit. The other was a hat I really liked. It was a like burgundy and gold hat with what looked like an American flag, but there was, I forget what was going on in it, but multiple people have pointed it out to me over the last year or whatever. Like even if they've just like seen the hat around my apartment, they've been like, "Hey, that looks like is it All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter or what? What's the one that looks like a flag that
The blue
basically
stripe?
that says like, "Hey, we don't like Black Lives Matter." What's that one?
That's the Blue Lives Matter. It's like the American flag with the blue stripe across it.
Yes.
Yes, that one.
Right. So
Tough break.
I'm letting that hat sit it out for a little while. And I've also got the issue going on with I've probably said this, the
Red hats.
yeah, the red hats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a whole thing about how Santa Claus is problematic.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Wearing a red and white hat up there.
Yeah.
That white stuff could be anything. Okay, well, anyway, this is last December's episode of Brunch. Thanks for listening.
Blue jean baby, LA lady. Oh, she's a seamstress for the band. I wish my band had a seamstress. Pretty eyed, pirate smile. Too bad you'll marry a music man. Oh, ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. Oh, and now she's in me. How does that work? Always with me. Tiny dancer in my head. Tiny dancer. Oh, I like your one piece. I like your one piece too. But how it feels so real, lying here and no one near but only you. And you can hear me, and I say softly, oh, slowly, oh, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Got the headlights on the highway, I'm playing 100-pound motherfucker. You're hard to busy day today. Oh, I'm gonna get some free pizza. Can I have one of those fancy martinis with foam on the top? I got my brand new C-card.